I'm Louis C.A.U.K, and I like to view cageamateurs.com. UK.com, sorry. .com UK? UK.com. Yeah.
We're in the B-Bad Lounge with Mr. B-Bad himself.
Hello, mate.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, brother. How are you?
Alright, yeah?
Yeah, not too bad.
Right,
yeah,
so October the 27th, we've been waiting for this for, it seems like forever.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, to be honest with you, I know we've done events in the past,
yeah.
and even tonight, you know, it's like anything. You know, I've done white collar events, and you know, I've had 17 fighters on the night, and only 7 have turned up, and what have you. I think it's the same tonight, to be honest with you. We're looking at the moment, we're only having 3 fights. We was going to have 5 fights. Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have 3 now. So.
Right, well, I mean,
one of those things.
Who's fighting? What are the fights that we've got so far?
Yeah, basically, we've got a great guy, Seth. He's coming down from Wales. The guy's is a very well-known fighter, to be honest with you. He's done a lot of stuff. Of course, the main event fight, that's Dave the Bull Radford.
Yeah, just fighting Dave. He's a really nice fellow, isn't he?
Do you know what? The man's a diamond. He's a very tough fighter. And
you can see by his face, isn't he?
He's fought at our events in the past, and he's done very well. He's fighting James Gypsy Boy McCauley, another good fighter. Yeah. He's got a good record. He's done a lot of fighting, and to be honest with you, I would myself, I'd prefer them to be fighting in an event like this than fighting in some back alley or in East London or somewhere where they're not going to be looked after and so forth.
Well, surely this is the good point about taking this to the mainstream, because then it's not done where it's not done in barns or in fields and that. Is this part of the mainstream getting it, because this can be regulated and watched? Is that part of your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean basically. The only thing I can say is I used to be a fighter myself, and I know certainly when I was fighting the last time, it was dangerous at times. You'd see guys have their noses ripped off and eyebrows torn off, and they still want to fight and all this. The difference is now, if a fighter gets badly injured and his eyebrows ripped off or anything like that, he would have medical treatment straight away. Yeah. Even myself, I've just done a course, as a qualified first aider. Yeah. Basically, just so I know myself. Yeah. What's involved and everything else. That's the most important thing for me, is to try and get BKB, which is the oldest. Basically, it's actually a European martial art as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. China has kung fu. Korea has taekwondo. And all that. At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, BKB has been around since year dot. Yeah. In Europe anyway, and it travelled around the world. We went to America, Australia, and then into Europe, and it needs to be brought back, and it needs to be brought home.
I've read about stories about BKB from the early 1800s. It's probably before that as well. It's records, isn't it? It's
all documented. What you got to remember is before the Queensberry rules and before boxing came in, it was the thing. Yeah. What everybody knew. Yeah. Whole towns would shut down, and the actual police force would bring their wives, and they would everyone get their picnics and all the rest of it, and even the police were sitting in there watching, because it was like a boxing event. Yeah. In fact, it was actually bigger, and they know this now, that it was actually bigger than any boxing's ever been. Yeah. Entire communities would be involved in the local papers. Kids would read the articles, and you'd have cartoons, and then obviously you'd have the other stuff for the the mum, the father and the uncle, and whatever. Yeah. But the main thing was, it was always out there that anybody could watch it, and it was massive, and that's really where it should be now. The only reason why it stopped was because of the Queensberry rules in boxing, and it just went from there.
So obviously, I've spoken to you many times as well about trying to get some sort of board of control going for BKB, so it can. Is that something you're still looking into?
To be honest with you, The most important thing at the moment, I know that James won't mind me using his name on this, but we at Be Bad are basically trying everything we can now to get this sanctioned. Yeah. We've got a doctor on board who's actually a facial surgeon, and he's 100% behind us. We've got basically everything now in line as such to make this sanctioned. It is basically now just getting the solicitors and getting the money. You know, we're always looking for sponsors. Anybody who helps us at the start, you know, we're straightforward blokes. We're not people who see a bit of cash and then go somewhere else. No. Whoever's with us at the start will be with us at the end. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is getting this sanctioned. Now, James Quinn, I know before he was involved with the WBBA, the Worldwide Boxing Association. Basically now I know that he's not working with those anymore, and James himself is still trying to get this sanctioned. Now, it doesn't actually matter who gets it sanctioned. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter a fig who gets it sanctioned. The main thing is, if somebody gets it sanctioned, then it becomes safer for the fighters, and it becomes safer for all of us, that we can actually go out there and we can get some proper fights on in safe environments and actually get it mainstream and get clubs going up and down the country where people can train, get licenses, you know, and get some proper regulation into this sport. This is what it needs. It needs regulating. You know, unfortunately, I certainly haven't got the funds to do this on my own. I'm trying my very hardest. You know, I'm putting every single bit of blood and sweat into this, and it's all I can really do. You know, I can't do any more.
So what are you doing at the moment, work-wise? Do you do anything in between, sort of, to fight? Obviously,
at the moment, I'm recovering from very, very bad wounds. I was involved in, you know, it's certainly nothing to do with my lifestyle or to do with anything else. But I was quite badly shot in Hackney. I was shot 5 times, and I'm still recovering from that. At the moment, you know, I've got no skin on the bottom of my legs. You know, I'm quite badly injured. So at the moment, I'm having to do this as well as contend with going to the hospital every week. I have to have my legs bandaged every single day of the week.
What, redone every day, yeah?
Every single day.
So that must put quite a lot of strain on you to have to go every day.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you know, I know it upsets my my girlfriend Claire Monaghan. It upsets her quite a lot, but you know, God bless her. She stands by me all the way, and I love her for that.
Just a quick mention of Claire, because she's done so much towards this event.
Yeah, this is it. I think the thing is with so many sports, the females, the ladies in the sport get always pushed aside. Claire Monaghan, basically, as far as I'm concerned, I'm very, very proud of her. She is just as much, as far as I'm concerned, involved in this as I am. You know, I mean, she obviously doesn't. You know, she only gives advice and she does what she can, and she, you know, she always makes sure the groups and everything are working good. But you know, really, well, she's the brain. You know, she keeps everything together, and I love her for that. It's brilliant. You couldn't ask for more, really.
It's been a probably stressful couple of days for you, both of you, but in the build up to this.
Well, with Claire's father, the former world champion bare knuckle boxer Paddy Monaghan, basically with Paddy, you know, she's had a lot of strain with that as well, and Paddy, God bless him, he's here tonight, and Paddy basically, you know, you got to remember, the man's a bleeding. He never stops amazing me. You know, I mean, the guy's he's been world champion. He's been European champion. He's only a small guy, but the thing is, this is the thing about BKB. It doesn't matter what your size is. You know, and he was a middleweight fighter anyway, and he destroyed everyone in his path.
Am I right in saying that, like Paddy, on the first BKB, Be Bad, Paddy was quite ill in hospital as well? Is that?
He was on his deathbed.
Yeah.
He was most certainly on his deathbed, and nobody thought he would actually survive, to be honest with you. But he did, and I think really, you know, he's kind of, the last time you saw Muhammad Ali, you know, it was kind of like, well, he was saying goodbye. Muhammad Ali knew he would never see Paddy again. Paddy knew he would never see Muhammad Ali again. And in a way, I suppose tonight's a bit similar to that. You know, Paddy's here is his kind of way of saying, you know, farewell to BKB. He's still here and he's still full strong and all that, but I suppose everybody has to kind of, you know, retire as such. And I think tonight he just wanted to come and show, you know, show the world the Paddy is. You know, he don't give in.
I've just been talking to him and I was quite shocked. He stood up. He seems really healthy from what.
Yeah, the guy amazes me. You know, I mean, I just said that. It wouldn't surprise me in a year's time that Paddy's
fighting.
Well, I wouldn't go far as fighting, but you know, certainly going out doing his, you know, doing his thing, like, you know.
Well, we've been in touch 3 or 4 months now. It's been quite a while.
I'd say it's about that, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know how interesting B-Bad's been. Probably a little bit too much at times. Done your head in a little bit.
Yeah, it does me head in a little bit sometimes. Yeah, you have to control the keyboard warriors. If there's any keyboard warriors out there, just shut up and just don't go on.
For the non-keyboard warriors, MMA fighters, on a serious note, anyone, how can these guys get on the next show, or even come along to see it, just to see?
Right. To be honest with you, if you want to go, if you actually want to get involved in BKB, contact myself or any of the admin, or even the C.A.U.K, C.A.U.K. Basically, get in contact with us. And I obviously can never promise you a fight. I won't put novices in anyway, you know, complete novices. At the end of the day, if you want to fight, I can certainly help you out, put you in touch, and then we go from there. To be honest with
you. The DVD, obviously the DVD's going to be, they're going to be watching this on the DVD, so we don't need to tell them how to buy it.
Yeah,
but is it. Every B-Bad event will now be available on DVD.
Every single B-Bad event will be on DVD, and then hopefully, you know, one day you'll have a selection and there'll be 13, you know, 14, B-Bad 15.
Brilliant. So we do need to start numbering these, I think, don't we?
I reckon so, yeah.
Or a little name for the show, maybe B-Bad.
That's it.
You know,
get something out there, mate. Yeah.
So Andy, thank you so much for having us here tonight.
God bless you, brother.
We'll be watching, and I hope the show goes as well as we all want it to.
Let's hope, eh?
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Andy.
All right, cheers. All right, God bless.